Hello viewers, welcome to Alforce e-learning English class session 3. In the previous sessions we discussed the topic punctuation. In that we completed end punctuations and internal punctuations up to comma. Let's continue with the remaining punctuations in this session. Coming to the internal punctuation, the last one is quotation marks. Quotation marks are commas that are put upside down on the top of a sentence. They may be single inverted commas or double inverted commas. In British English, generally single inverted commas are used, and in American English, double inverted commas are used. In writing, in both, double inverted commas are used. Coming to the uses of quotation marks. Number 1, quotation marks are used in direct speech. For example, she said, here comes comma and inverted commas, I am busy. Full stop and inverted commas are closed. He said, comma, inverted commas, who are you? As it is an interrogative sentence, it ends with a question mark and inverted commas are closed. Second use of quotation marks is to enclose titles of stories, plays, poems, essays, articles. Example is Tagore's Geetanjali. Tagore's Geetanjali. So this should be kept in inverted commas, within the inverted commas. New mining policy. Of course, there may be a sentence here. Tagore's Geetanjali is my favorite book. And new mining policy. It's an article. Have you read the new mining policy? So this also can be kept within the inverted commas. Next you have another one. To enclose a word or expression that is being defined. To enclose a word or expression that is being defined. For instance, you take the word panacea. What is the meaning of panacea? Panacea means a supposed cure for all diseases or problems. Panacea means a supposed cure for all diseases or problems. And you have another one also, that is back seat driver. It is an expression, back seat driver is a passenger sits in a car who gives unnecessary suggestions. So this is an expression, a word or expression that is being defined, that must be kept within inverted commas. And to mark quotation, for example, let me write one sentence here. Abraham Lincoln said. Abraham Lincoln said. Writing is the great invention Writing is the great invention in the world. Sentence is somewhat lengthy. Full stop, and it is kept within the inverted commas. So this is pertaining to quotation marks. Let me repeat. Quotation marks are commas that is put upside down above the line of writing, and the uses in direct speech, stories, plays, poems and essays and when a word or expression that is defined, and in quotation we use inverted commas. And the next one is internal punctuation is ellipses. Ellipsis is the practice of leaving a word or words in a sentence when they are not necessary for understanding. Ellipsis is the practice of leaving a word or words in a sentence when they are not necessary for understanding. The uses of ellipsis is: number 1, after a break in speech. After a break in speech. Example is his declaration was comma, inverted commas, the house caught fire. So here, after a break in speech, so here ellipsis, you see, something is going to be revealed, but there is a break. The break is indicated with ellipsis. And the second one is as an alternative to etc. As an alternative to etc. Example is I bought fruits, comma, nuts, comma, sweets. Here ellipses are kept, that means etc. After a break in speech, as an alternative to etc. Just pause. Third one is when a word or phrase of quotation is omitted. When a word or phrase of quotation is omitted, so example is stone walls do not make a prison. So here ellipses are kept. There is a quotation, the phrase part here is eliminated. What is that is, nor iron bars a cage. Stone walls do not make a prison. Mere stone walls do not make a prison. And in the same way, iron bars do not make a cage. And to make a long pause, in a dialogue. Come here, suppose this is the sentence which is an imperative sentence. Come here, and there is a pause, and that pause is indicated here with ellipses, long pause. Come here. Try to understand me. Try to understand me. So this is pertaining to ellipses. Internal punctuations part is completed. Here some sentences are displayed, just have a glance. Let me read out the sentences and we have to put the relevant internal punctuations here. The first sentence you see here, the monsoon failed this year too. This is a clause, and there is another clause also, that is, the country is in the grip of a famine. So these two clauses are separated with the help of a semicolon. The two main clauses are joined with the help of a conjunction, that is coordinating conjunction. The two clauses are separated with a punctuation mark, that is a semicolon. The second sentence also, I wasn't just annoyed. That means I wasn't just irritated. I was not made angry. I was absolutely furious. I'm an angry man. I was not made furious. So like that X person says, and here also there is a semicolon. Here the third sentence is, Sumit said. Here we have to put one comma and quotation marks, inverted commas, and as it is an interrogative sentence, it ends with a question mark, and this quotation is closed with an again inverted commas. Here you see again, she worked hard. This is also a clause. She failed. These two are main clauses. These two main clauses can be joined with the help of a coordinating conjunction, but here these two clauses are separated with the help of a semicolon. Again you see here, the wounded man said. Again here comma and inverted commas begin, full stop and inverted commas are closed. So there may be number of exercises you can practice. If you practice, automatically the writing skills you can improve. It needs regular practice. Mere learning the rules is not sufficient. So viewers, with this we have completed internal punctuations. One more punctuation is left, that is word punctuations. Now let's begin word punctuations. Word punctuations are apostrophe, hyphen and capital letters. Apostrophe, first of all, let us take apostrophe. So the use of apostrophe, number one, is to indicate possession. To indicate possession. Suppose Venus book. And the other one is to indicate contraction. Contraction means, for instance, let me write here, I am. How do we write I am? Like this we write. In the same way, won't. We can write like this. So, it apostrophe is. So here you see the magic of apostrophe. The meaning changes with apostrophe. Just you carefully observe magic of apostrophe. Suppose I write like this. It's with apostrophe me. The meaning is it is me. Next one is here no apostrophe, its head is white. So its head, apostrophe it is head. The sentence does not convey meaning. The head of it is wide. The head of it is wide. And one more sentence here. Suppose it, there is an apostrophe here, and s got 6 legs. The meaning of this sentence is it has got 6 legs. Got, here the verb which is in past participle form, and the be form before past participle verb form is has, present perfect tense. Therefore here the meaning is, here in the first sentence is, and here in the third sentence has. So that is the magic of apostrophe. Hyphen. The symbol of hyphen is this one, you know very well. In the modern tendency, generally hyphen is avoided, but in some expressions we ought to use hyphen. So number one is in compound words. In compound words we use hyphen. For example, brother-in-law, brother apostrophe in apostrophe law. Just you can understand, sister-in-law, father-in-law, passers-by. So like that we can take many examples. And the second one is compound numbers from 21 to 99. Suppose here we write like this: 21, 99. Compound numbers. And the third one is in compound words formed from fractions. So here 1/3. Sorry, 1/3. In the same way, 2/3, 1/3 majority, 2/3 majority, like that. Number 4 is to indicate the range. Between the numbers. To indicate the range between the numbers. To indicate the range between the numbers. For example, read chapters from 4 to 6. 4 to 6. In between 4 and 6 we put an apostrophe which indicates the range. And the other one is after a single letter. Joined to a noun or participle. To a noun or participle. For example, here Y is a letter. After this letter, hyphen, junction, Y junction. And we can take the other one is, that is U-turn, and T-shaped. So this is pertaining to the word punctuation hyphen. We have already discussed apostrophe, and now we discussed hyphen. There is one more word punctuation that is left, is capitals. Many of you have an idea about the capital letters because we have been learning English since our childhood, and many of you write English. You are habituated to know capitals. So capital letters are used to begin a sentence, or at the beginning of a sentence, capital letter is used. At the beginning of a sentence, at the beginning of every sentence you take, capital letter is used. And also in the beginning of a sentence within the inverted commas. For example, she is preparing for a test. She is preparing for a test. Here she is capital. And the other one is, let me write one more example here. She said, comma, inverted commas. Here you see, within the inverted commas, the first letter must be a capital. Light travels faster than. Light travels faster than sound. Full stop, inverted commas closed. This is one, and you take the other uses of capital. In the beginning of every line of a poem, you observe any poem, the first letter of every line of a poem must be a capital. You take Robert Frost's poem, the woods are lovely, dark and deep. But I have promises to keep. And it continues. For that we can use ellipses. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep, which indicates that duty is more important than beauty. That we can learn in Robert Frost's poem. Next, next one is with personal names, proper nouns, with personal names and proper nouns, and of course with the personal pronoun I. You take personal names. Usmania University. Let me write only the abbreviation here. Usmania University. This is the personal name, let us take. And proper noun, you can take Bhagat Singh. You can take any name, proper noun, any name, Bhagat Singh. And obviously you know very well the personal pronouns I, we, you, he, she, it, they. In that the personal pronoun I, wherever it is written, it must be in capitals only. I love India. I love India. So I must be a capital letter. Next, the The proper adjectives derived from proper nouns. The proper adjectives derived from proper nouns. For example, Indian festivals. Suppose if you take Indian is a noun, okay, but here in the Indian festivals is noun, then Indian becomes adjective. Okay, then Chinese toys. Like that we can give a number of examples. Proper adjectives. Okay, then we can have many other uses of capitals, that is in the beginning of what we call day. Suppose day you take Sunday, okay, and you take month, you take May, for instance, and any important festival, any festival you take now the period of Ramzan. Okay, so like that we can give any important things. Okay, 15th August 15th, like this. We use capital letters. Okay, next capital letters are used in to express high ranking officials, heads of state, high ranking officials, heads of state and heads of religion also. Okay, high ranking officials, suppose you take the Prime Minister, okay, the Chief Justice, okay, so the Pope. You observe the capitals here, and you know very well the capitals are used in, Almighty. It may be first letter of Lord, first letter of God, and first letter of Almighty. Wherever you write, you must write with a capital letter only, and its corresponding pronoun also. For example, pray to Lord, pray to Lord, pray to Lord, full stop, He will look after you. Pray to Lord, He will look after you. Okay, so this is pertaining to this one, and the other one is important events in history. Important events in history and colleges. Okay, and in abbreviations also we use capitals only. Important events in history. What are the important events? The French Revolution. Okay, the Quit India movement, the Battle of Plassey, and the Battle of Panipat, and the College of Commerce. Political parties, the Communist Party of India. You can take anything, any political party name. If you take, that must be written, and the first letter of that is capital only. So this is pertaining to capital letters. With this, all punctuation marks are completed. Okay, so word punctuations are, what are word punctuations? Apostrophe, hyphen and capitals. So you will have to practice, you will have to read the rules thoroughly, And mere learning rules is not sufficient. You have to practice, you have to do the exercises, you have to go through the exercises repeatedly, because of which you can come to know how punctuation marks are used, and you can enhance your writing skills with this. There will be some exercises now. I write on the board just for 2 or 3 minutes. Just have a glance. Stop. Okay, here are some sentences displayed on the board. Just have a glance. If we go through the sentences, we can identify where relevant punctuation mark is indispensable, that is necessary. So first sentence, you know very well, a sentence begins with a capital. That means we have to erase it. Small letter is to be erased, and this capital letter. And cousin apostrophe, cousin's car. Second sentence, you observe here, Gandhiji. Gandhiji means proper noun. Proper noun begins with a capital, that is G capital. Let the non-violent movement, in between non and violent, we have to keep a hyphen. Again here in the third sentence, there. Sentence begins with a capital letter. There are 46, the range you know, that is the compound words from 21 to 99. In between them, there must be a hyphen, there is, and of course it ends with a full stop. And these are my father-in-laws. It is a compound word, father-in-laws. Father-in-law means singular, and father-in-law's clothes, apostrophe. And here capital letter W, we have semi-skilled. In between semi and skilled, there must be a hyphen. And you know very well, personal pronoun, I is always a capital, that is I have an Xmas. In between X and mus, there must be a hyphen. So these are the sentences like that. There are many sentences you can practice. If you go through the textbook, or if you go through any grammar book, you can practice and you can become perfect. Here there is one paragraph. In this we try to identify the punctuation marks. You know here 2 weeks, that means T capital. 2 weeks ago, here comma, I, you know very well, I, personal pronoun always capital. I was amused when a friend who couldn't, that means could not, bear to sleep alone, comma, woke me up close to midnight at the hotel into which we had checked in. So here the sentence ends with a full stop, and again sentence begins with a capital letter, that means C capital, and it is a statement delivered by she, therefore there must be, the words must be enclosed within inverted commas. Can we hire a double room? Here it is an interrogative sentence, therefore we must put a question mark. And I, here again I capital, and I am contraction, that indicates I am totally spooked, and here sense. So like this there are number of paragraphs in the textbook of second year English. If you practice them, you will get perfection. This is a clear picture given pertaining to punctuation. Punctuation marks are very essential and very important. One can enhance one's efficiency by practicing punctuation marks also to improve one's skills, and mere learning rules is not sufficient, so practice them, and I hope that you have understood well, and I express my heartfelt gratitude to the management of our institution for providing me this wonderful opportunity to teach one of the grammar topics of second year English. And I also express my thanks to all the viewers for watching this video. Thank you very much.